This is the second part of my two-part video about building an understairs shelf which mainly designed to store shoes. Now I am assembling the enclosure walls. The walls are needed to prevent the draft air flow and isolate the interwall space from the living space. This is the compartment ceiling, made of a 1/4 inch hardwood. The floor and the side walls are made of 3/4 inch plywood. I have sealed all the parts with some varnish. Additionally, I decided to isolate parts that lay on the concrete with a layer of duct tape. Now the compartment is assembled and I use a sealant to seal the gaps to prevent the draft airflow. Now installing the rails. Time to mount the shelf itself. The inner shelf helps fit in more stuff. To improve the look, I need to make the front face. My idea was to cut all the face parts from a single board, so the wood patterns at the joints would create an illusion of a single piece. These are the three board pairs I will use for the face. Note the 45 degrees cut between the pairs. I'm using my router table to round up the edges at the outer side of the face. The parts are joined by dowels, but unfortunately I lost the part of the video where I drilled the holes for them. Then the parts are glued together to form the inner and the outer frames of the face. I found the most sharp corner not appealing and also looking fragile, so I cut the most pointing area of the inner frame and glued it to the outer one. Then I sanded both parts of the face and covered it with a poly varnish. The upper part of the wall opening needs a support plank to which the outer stationary frame will be attached. Here I'm drilling holes for dowels that will hold the outer frame. To drill the matching holes on the frame itself, I use some kind of markers which are temporarily inserted instead of the dowels and have a sharp point in the center that makes a mark on the opposite piece of the wood. To make the mark more visible, I cover the pointing part with the Sharpie ink. Now I press the frame against the wall to mark where to drill the matching holes. Once the holes on both sides are done, I glue the dowels and attach the frame. The outer frame has to be held until the glue is settled. Now it is time to attach the inner movable frame. I drill a number of through holes for the bolts in the shelf sidewall. I put the inner frame in the place and then, while holding the frame, use the drill to mark the place corresponding to one of the previously drilled through holes. I use the drill press to make a partial hole of a bigger diameter for an insert nut. I screw in the insert nut into the hole and mount the frame using just one bolt for now. Then I mark places for the remaining bolts, drill and screw in the remaining insert nuts, but unfortunately I didn't shoot that part on the video. I found that I need some spacing to offset the inner frame from the shelf sidewall, so I used some foam seal as a spacer. Then I reattached the inner frame and tightened the bolts. Now it looks complete and can be filled up. However, I am not satisfied with how it closes. I do not want disassembling anything, so I use my Dremel and files to make the adjustments. Okay, now it is better. Finally done! And this is a close look. Hopefully I'll see less shoes spread all around the house from now.